Good morning, well actually nighttime, from the East Coast to wherever you guys are. My name is Spooky and today we're going to be talking about American Horror Story Season 6. Can we please just, if you want to stop this video right now, I'm going to try not to spoil things, but there are topics that I need to talk about right now. So if you don't want to hear spoilers, please just click off the video. Or if you want to see just like a little summary of what happened, determine if you're going to watch this season, then stay tuned. Either way, I think you should watch this because this is probably the weirdest American Horror Story season that I've seen thus far. So basically, the summary of what is going on right now, as it seems, is like they're telling a true event story, almost like something you'd watch on Sci-Fi, about a white woman and then a black male who basically are in love with each other that moved out to Los Angeles because they wanted to start a nice little, I guess, life together, and they got into an incident where the husband was attacked by a group of kids. It was a gang initiation and he got knocked the F out. And we didn't really know, but the wife was pregnant. The wife ended up losing the baby because the guy was knocked out. I guess it caused so much stress for her, so she lost the baby. So the both of them had a very tragic time in their lives, and they felt like it was a very hostile environment in Los Angeles. Very much true. I've lived there in 2 separate cities myself. And then they decided to move to North Carolina. So this story, this first episode, takes place in North Carolina. And what had happened is they felt like they were drawn to this house that was made into the 1700s. It almost looks like the murder house mixed with the house that the witches stayed at in the Coven. If you remember that season, it was season 3 of American Horror Story. Now this is a very different approach. I'm going to continue with it. They wind up putting a bid of $40-something thousand on this house, and they were up against these hillbillies. And these hillbillies wanted the house. It never was really clarified why they wanted this house, and they wind up getting the bid, the husband and the wife. So what happens from there is they take the house for their own. It's a huge mansion. Like, this looks like almost like a plantation type mansion, and they have 10 acres of forest around their house. Now what happens is basically there's one night where they hear some weird squealing. It's almost like to me it sounded like a weird pig. I don't know, and I hate the sounds of pigs because I've had just bad experiences in horror movies, including Chainsaw Massacre and a game called Manhunt. I don't know if you guys ever seen that, whatever, but pigs scared the bejesus out of me. So after that happens, they start getting terrorized, and something had thrown this big metal, I don't know if it was metal, it's something at the house in the middle of the night. And they feel as if it is the hillbillies that basically lost the bid to them. And so they feel like because they are antagonizing them because it is a white and a black marriage in the South. And so that can leave some room for like, okay, yeah, the locals may want to do something. Maybe there's some kind of like other stuff going on, cult related or other things. But I don't think that's necessarily it. See, when I first watched like teasers of this, nobody really knows what's going on. That's why there's a question mark and then a 6, because we don't really know what this season's about. But there are some things that make me think 2 things. One, it has to do with aliens. Now I know that sounds weird, but I feel like there's always been something in American Horror Story that was within aliens. Aliens were within the 2nd season of The Asylum, but very shortly. Like, it was weird. Maybe there could be some alien conspiracies within this season, I don't know. But continuing on, there is a situation that happens after this. The male, or the husband, winds up putting security cameras around the entire mansion to keep watch from his phone to see if anything was going on in the middle of the night. Now he works, basically travels a lot, and his wife is like a yoga, I guess, like instructor or like a teacher, I don't know, she only does yoga. And this is being told from 2 separate stories. Like, the real people are doing the interview, and then you have other characters that are playing out the story. That's basically what we are watching. Now, the husband said, hey, you know what, I'm gonna bring my sister, and his sister's an ex-cop that basically got, she had to retire or something, or she got fired, I forget how that goes, because she was taking pills. The reason why she was taking pills is because she got shot on the job one time and she just started getting addicted to these pills, so she had to turn in her badge and her gun. So the husband's like, hey, let me bring my sister in. She's gonna be with you while I'm away traveling and at work. Are you gonna be okay? The wife was like, yeah, sure, you know what, I'll be fine. The reason why he does this is because the night before, for some effing reason, okay, I don't know why, the wife decides to take a bath in like a barrel. Like it doesn't look like hot steaming water. This looks like cold water. And she's just casually taking a bath in the middle of the woods with like one little lamp pole just shining light on her like a freaking mermaid. And what happens is that she feels like she's getting drowned. Like there's literally somebody drowning her inside the water, so she calls the cops. And so her husband was forced to come back home, rush right away, and he claims that it's the hillbillies, and he talked to the cop. This is the first time we met the cop, which is very big because we don't know who this cop is, if he's a sheriff, a deputy. We don't know anything about him. After that, basically that's when he brings his sister in and they stay together. The sister and the wife don't really have good chemistry together. They never really liked each other. And so from that point on, something is messing with them. The ex-cop, the sister, doesn't drink anymore. But there's a scene within the show, and I'm pretty guys, you know, you've seen this, is that a bottle rolls out into her bedroom. So this isn't caused by the wife. Duh. Some kind of entity or something is messing with them. Something related to the house. It's a 1700 house. Year 100 house, whatever you guys want to call it. This is where it gets interesting. There's a part where they hear the squealing of the, I guess it sounds like a pig. It literally sounds like a pig. I wish I would have some footage to record, but you know. And they basically go downstairs in the basement. I believe it's the basement. And in the basement they find a TV, and this TV is playing an old VHS. It looks like Blair Witch Project. Keep that in mind, guys, because I'm gonna say something and it's gonna connect some dots. This is what I'm thinking. So basically, as they go downstairs, they see some guy filming a camera. It's very shaky, like Paranormal Activity, and he zooms in on something. And it looks like a person with a pig's head, like a cult or something. Or this is maybe like a Jersey Devil-like figure with a pig's head. We don't know. I think personally it's a person with a pig's head. That terrifies me. That is scary to think a person that would do that, and it's just, oh gosh, it reminds me of that like man-beast creature from The Coven, if you guys have seen that season. And so after that, she decides to call her husband because, well, no, she doesn't call her husband. Her husband sees somebody's around the house through the cameras on the phone, so he has to drive 100 miles back to the house. And he called the cops, but he feels like the cops aren't gonna get there right away. The wife and the ex-cop are downstairs and they see the video and they freak out, so they go upstairs because they hear noise. And what they come to see is these dolls, these wood dolls, like these dolls that are kind of like spread throughout the stair. And it's giving me chills right now. You guys can't see, it's literally giving me chills right now just talking about it. It almost reminds you, if you guys seen the Blair Witch Project, there's a scene, the original one. There's a scene where they're in the tents and then they come out after the nighttime and there's these wood dolls. Like they look like the fire symbol in Chinese. They're like this, like arms out, their head and their legs are kind of like split like this. You should totally check it out. Maybe I'll put a picture on the screen, I'm not sure. I want to get this video up as quickly as possible. And it's creepy. It literally reminded me of the Blair Witch Project. So I'm sitting there, I'm thinking, well, the Blair Witch Project, the new one, is coming out in September, and then they're doing something very similar. Is there some kind of chemistry? Like, is this show gonna go through different people's stories, or is it gonna just be one person's stories? We don't know. We don't know. From there, basically what happens is that the wife is home and she waits for the husband. I think the cops show up again. But she dips. She says, screw this. She does the perfect move that anybody should do in a scary movie. When weird shit starts to fucking happen, you dip, you leave. You do not say, let's give it another day. Maybe it is the hillbillies. So the woman that was drowning her, now she looked exactly like the woman that she had hit in the middle of the road that cracked her windshield and walked off like nothing had happened. Now the main character, or the woman, the female, decides to go into the woods and looks for her. Don't ask me why she's in the middle of the woods when it's foggy. I don't even know. But she doesn't find her. Instead, what she does find is the ground. She falls on the ground, classic trip in a horror movie or show. And the ground is moving as if it is breathing like a living creature. Now this is very strange. This really opens up to like, what if the ground or the plantation, whatever, is a living organism or something? Aliens? I don't know. Weird witch stuff? I don't know. But it gets so weird because she goes even deeper into the forest. And what does she find? She finds something that looks exactly, guys, it looks almost exactly like the scene from the Blair Witch Project where the basically these wood dolls. And it's so weird that it looks so similar. But I don't know if it's connected in any way. I mean, they're fairly close to each other, coming out in September, but I don't know. It's one of those things we gotta see to what's gonna happen later on in the season. So that's a summary. Basically, this male and female move into this house that's really old, that was built in the 1700s. They're getting terrorized by something. Something is basically going on around them, making weird noises. They're getting also terrorized probably by the hillbillies, if not some kind of other creature. But something definitely weird is going on here. And it's not that they're hallucinating like it ever is, right? So instead, I guess I'm gonna have to watch another episode. I definitely highly recommend it. Now, I didn't watch the last 2 seasons, Freak Show or Hotel, because I didn't like the concepts behind them, and I was not a fan of Lady Gaga in Hotel, and I didn't really enjoy Freak Show too much. It just seemed a little weird. I was a fan of Coven. That was my favorite with the witches. So if they're bringing back any witch stuff, crossing my fingers, witches or aliens, please, then that would be cool. But there may be like a cult or something involved. I'd like to know what you guys think down below. If you did see this season or not. If this is your first time watching my channel, my name is Spooky. My links down below for Snapchat, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, my store, my Twitch, my PSN, everything will be down below in the description. I can't speak right now. And just, I guess we're gonna do another review next week, on the next episode or whatever's gonna go on. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this. If I spoiled anything for you, I'm extremely sorry. My name is Spooky. At the end of the night or day, don't forget to share the love.